Yeah, that's a little bit better. Jeez. The last couple times here wouldn't even start into the frame till 15 seconds. Bastards. Coffee supplied by Waffle House. No, it's not. But Waffle House, you could sponsor me. Welcome to the 57th episode of Psycho's Platters. That's right. It is your host here, Psycho, a.k.a. Paul Pease. I know it's been, what, about 2 weeks? I don't know, I was sick for some of it, and the other part, I was just busy. What can I tell you? It's spring has really hit. It's actually summer weather down here now, so I try to run around as much as I can when I can. All right, so let's see. I have got so much backlog for episodes. I'm hoping to get it all wrapped up here in the next few weeks and play catch up. I've shifted a little bit here because I wanted to do some new updates literally over the last week. Okay, on my Facebook page, I went off and I said that you know what I'm doing for Record Store Day? I said I'm staying home and I'm going to go listen to records, and every day should be Record Store Day. Well, when I said that, I wasn't lying. And then I went in the morning. I got out of work. I'm a third shifter, people. So when I got out of work, I said, okay, fine. 90 minutes from now, the resale shops are going to open up. So I'll go take a tour. Took a quick tour. Snagged a bunch at the first one for $1 apiece. I'll show you that maybe next show or two when I can get through the backlog here. And then stopped at a coffee joint, got my coffee, and there was only one place that was going to have Record Store Day. And it was like a couple minutes away from the resale shops. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not planning on finding anything. It's not my goal to really find anything. But I don't know. I just like to see what new product is going to come out for that day. I guess it's like for the corporate people anyway, Record Store Day is like Black Friday for vinyl files. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed reaction on the whole Record Store Day bit. On the positive aspect, I guess I could go off and say, okay, the younger people, and what I mean by younger people, 30 and under, that's what I'm going to say, 30 and under, okay, who never experienced vinyl the first time around, will get to have some nice, clean, updated new issues to be able to purchase for themselves that are hopefully strictly limited. That's the plus side of the whole thing. The negative side to me, in my opinion, is that the corporation, the people that make the vinyl, know what's going on, and so I personally think they jack the prices up accordingly. I really do. Yes, the whole supply-demand thing, okay, but here's the funny part. Obviously, some of these Record Store Day reissues, I have seen them in the past on eBay. I didn't check for this year, but the prices would get immediately inflated for the people that really don't collect, and they're like, hey, guess what? We want to make a fast buck. And I really don't like that side, but you know what? I guess any hobby is going to have that, isn't it? So basically, we just try to have the fun of the whole matter. Now, the outlets down the street from where the resale shops were was not entirely a record store, okay? Records was 25% of what they sell. They sell videos, CDs, video games, comic books, and vinyl, okay? So they did end up having a Record Store Day. I got there, and believe it or not, there was no more than 10 people, maybe a dozen tops, okay? So, and it turned out, I thought this was kind of funny, one of the workers in the shop was behind me in line. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, why are you here? Why aren't you in policy? He did, which was kind of cool. Nobody got first dibs on anything till we all got in there. And I chitty-chatted with a couple people. I didn't get to see the list. So, I was, like I said, I was going to be totally unaware and surprised. Let me show you the releases that I did get, and then I'm going to tell you what wasn't there, because I know a couple people did ask me, hey, was this there, was that there? I grabbed 2 45s and 1 album, okay? This I thought was really, really cool. I am old school Fleetwood Mac, as well as, you know, the classic lineup of Fleetwood Mac. This one here, I double checked on this. This never existed in the past, at least not in the US market. So I thought this was kind of cool that they made this kind of a, you know, with the picture sleeve and all, and then actually on the back of it, it says 1971 Reprise Records. It is, I wish I could tell you that it's Peter Green Fleetwood Mac, but if I remember correctly, he was gone by this time frame. So realistically, I think it was Danny Kerwin, Jeremy Spencer was in the lineup for the Fleetwood Mac on this one. Now, I'm kind of a geek. I did keep the plastic for it, you know, because it does say 3,000 copies worldwide. Now, I know you're not going to see this really well, but it is purple vinyl. That's what I liked about this. And so, like I said, since I like old school Mac, and I love the old school label for this, pretty cool. The picture on the sleeve, by the way, is the same on both sides. But I played it yesterday, and I loved it. I forgot what Dragonfly sounded like. It's a nice song. I like Purple Dancer better. This one, I just haven't listened to it yet. I haven't chose to listen to it yet. This one was a little gimmicky. It says Side by Side. Okay, it's a mystery, and I like getting mysteries. I'm not entirely sure what's really on this yet. Somebody told me a rumor that it's one side is love and the other side is heart, which that would kind of make, you know, its own humorous sense. Now, the only album that I picked up, and I wasn't intending on getting this, and I didn't even know this came out, but you like Motorhead? I like Motorhead. I managed to get Aftershock. Okay? Now here's the thing on this. And it said it, I almost missed this because I'm like, oh, I thought it was a Motorhead album. Which that's great, and I love Motorhead, but when I read that this said, special edition picture disc, limited and numbered to 4,500 units worldwide. I'm sorry, I cannot figure this out. I want to say that I've got the 1146th. That's what it says in writing here, out of the 4,500 units. And but you know, I gotta confess, I may keep this sealed. At this minute, I don't desire to open it. I may just leave it that way. I've already seen a picture of what the picture disc looks like, so it's pretty damn cool. All right, now I know some of you people were asking me, all right, what wasn't there? Because some people were asking about certain things. The Doors, that new, what is it, a 180-gram clear vinyl issue of Weird Scenes from the Gold Mine, that wasn't there. There was some type of REM box set people were asking about. Didn't get that. The store didn't get that either. The only box set that I remember seeing was, somebody grabbed this pretty quick. Oh yeah, I thought this was kind of funny. Like I told you, there was about a 10 or a dozen of us in line, and I would probably honestly tell you the first half a dozen people went to that 8-foot table like vultures to a dead carcass. I have never seen anything that quick. I'm like, sheesh, people, come up for air. But and people were grabbing things up. Some of the coolest things that I remember seeing was there was a Soundgarden box set of some sort that somebody grabbed, and I'm like, well, good for you, seriously. I like Soundgarden, and I'm glad they got that. And then the other thing, which I got to admit, maybe I would have grabbed just because it was kind of novelty. Sometimes I like goofy stuff in the collection. I guess there was a Ghostbusters 10-inch, and it was glow-in-the-dark vinyl. I think I would have got a kick on that. I would have just shut the light off and don't be afraid of no ghosts. I don't know. So there was a bunch of different things. Trying to remember if there's anything super cool. I know that they I saw a lot of rap. I did. I saw some Outkast, and I saw a bunch of other stuff too. There was a little bit of Zappa. I know that I saw some Zappa in the 45s and some David Bowie picture discs, 7-inch or something like that. But those got grabbed pretty quick. So whatever, you know. Like I said, I didn't intend on buying anything, and I probably shouldn't have bought anything. But it's okay. Like I said, it's for fun. All right. So let's see here. just support your record store. Oh, that's the other thing I got to tell you about this. I'm not going to reveal who told me this, but the owner of the shop, I know him. He literally told me that, truthfully, he made no money. He was making zero profit on this record store day. The ordering process was weird, I guess. You ordered X amount of units. You didn't know what you were getting. You couldn't really ask for anything specific. At least this is what he told me. Okay? But he said, he told me that it was going to come up a loss for him in the book. Now, I can't see, I don't know. I don't know business very much, but he said the only way that he'd break even is if literally every item got sold. And I went back for a different reason yesterday, because they were open for Easter. Go figure. They had a 3-day sale going. And I would probably honestly tell you that he at least had a 75% sell-through. There still was product on the table, but it was So, I don't know. That's a dangerous gambit that these companies are doing to the stores. Like I said, especially if you're really not, stores should be able to make at least a little bit of profit. I mean, it seems like, once again, that the corporations are winning, and even these, and it just makes me wonder, because I can't, like I said, I can't say who the store was. I can't. But for the indies, the mom and pa's, I mean, that's rolling the dice. Hopefully everybody can do well on it. I'd like to see everybody walk away happy. That's what it's supposed to be all about. Remember, kids, it's supposed to be about fun, not for too big of a gain anyway. All right, so let's see. I ended up, over the last month or so, when I was feeling better, on and off, I grabbed things up. Just here, random, nothing fantastic. Bobby V, Come Back When You Grow Up. I remember that song on Liberty. So here's on stereo. He, I got to tell you, he's got a good voice. He really does. He got his start, believe it or not, he in the late 50s. He ended up replacing Buddy Holly, unfortunately, when he didn't make it to the gigs after the plane crash. He ended up replacing for a little while. Chubby Wise and his fiddle. Yeah, that's right. It says here, and the reason why I grabbed this, it's on Stoneway Records. Very, very, mostly nice condition on this. It said, it says here that this guy, whoever wrote, the president of Stoneway Records, says, I first heard Chubby Wise play the fiddle in 1933. And although he was just a kid learning to play the fiddle at the time, he became my favorite fiddle player that night and has remained so since. He's a native of Lake City, Florida, and began his professional career with the Jubilee Hillbillies in the late 30s. In 1942, he first appeared on the Grand Ole Opry as a member of Bill Monroe's Bluegrass Boys. That's why I grabbed this, because I like Bill Monroe. I had the pleasure of seeing Bill Monroe in 86, 87? Woodstock Opera House in Woodstock, Illinois. What a show. First bluegrass show I ever saw. It says here, he remained with Bill until 1948. He ended up, it says here, while he was a member of the Bluegrass Boys, he was associated with some well-known bluegrass names such as Lester Flatt, Earl Scruggs, Mac Weissman, Jimmy Martin, and others. 1948, Chubby joined Clyde Moody and went to Washington, D.C., and during the next 6 years, his work included appearing as a regular on Connie B. Gay's Gaytime TV show and on the Elton Britt TV show. During this time, he was associated with well-known personalities like Jimmy Dean, Billy Graham, and Britt. 1948, he joined Hank Snow as fiddler for the Rainbow Ranch Boys. He is still a member of this band, as it appeared literally all over the world with the Singing Ranger. So I'm not entirely sure when this was made, but it's out of Houston, Texas. So kind of neat. This one was kind of cool. Unfortunately, there's like at least a 50% split on the top, but the vinyl is in really, really good shape. Barbara Dane's Trouble in Mind on the San Francisco Records label. That's right. But it says here, a voice like this hasn't been recorded for 30 years. Some old school country. Hurtin' Man from Freddie Hart and the Heartbeats on cap. D. Martin TV show. Yes. On reprise. Good old Steamboat label. Love that Steamboat label. Sometimes I'm happy. Sometimes I'm blue. Vincent Edwards. From the star of the TV show, Ben Casey on Decca. So here's the one there, and then he's all sad on the back. There's a slight split on this one, but on the old Decca color bars. Let's see. I went to a record store, maybe about a month, like I said, a month back, and I found this for 20 bucks. I could not pass this up. That's right. I got the Ruddles album. Yeah, from 1978. The Ruddles. There's the front. There's the back. It's on the Palm label. There's a bunch of all the bonus materials came in with it. I was so excited about that. I ended up getting a, this is for my friend Kathy, who's also a Monkey fan like me, but I found a really nice copy of Dolenz Jones' Boyce and Hart from 1975 on Capitol. And the only thing it's got, of course, is a cutout hole. Even the lyric sleeves in there, too. Also got, still sealed, I don't think I'm going to open this, from 1979 on Pacific Arts, Michael Nesmith, Live at the Palais. Even with the sticker on it, too. Yeah, I heard that there's a double CD. It's Live at the Palais and Live at the Brit Festival from Australia, from '82. I'll just grab those. This I thought was kind of neat. I found a couple of these in a dirt mall. Introducing the Sparks. That's right, the Mal Brothers. What got me this interested, though? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's a white label Columbia red vinyl. Yeah, I didn't even know that they did this in the late 70s on colored vinyl and stuff. Beautiful. I listened to it. It actually is pretty neat. It's different. Let's see. Gold stamp promo. Y&T's Contagious. Yeah, that's right. Hair metal at its finest. Actually, they originally were called Yesterday and Today. That was, they were Beatles tributes back in the day on the Black Label Geffen. Just good stuff here. I can't wait to listen to it. And then, lastly, from this pile, more hair metal stuff. From Canada, Honeymoon Suite. This one, of course, the big prize. Look how happy. Those husband and what? Yeah, right. Produced by Bruce Fairburn, who also would end up producing Kiss and a few other people over the years. It's kind of funny. It actually came with, where is it? An opinion. Yeah, you mailed this in, and you checked what it applied. It's like, please check the number below, which applies for the album. This album is headed for the top 10, top 50, top 100. This album has little commercial potential. It's kind of funny. It's got, it just has like a survey, and it's really neat. Of course, that's on the Warner label from '85. So those were good for the records, like I said. And then I gotta tell you something. We're gonna shift gears slightly here. Okay, very cool story. Even I'm really surprised that this worked for me. All right, are you a Kiss fan like I'm a Kiss fan? Well, even if you're not, I think you're still going to end up liking this story. Okay, so as everybody knows, about 2 weeks ago, a certain individual by the name of Paul Stanley came out with Face the Music, A Life Exposed, which I ended up getting. But here was the fun part of all of it, you see. I found out that, of course, that Paul was going to do a book signing tour on the East Coast and the West Coast. About a total of, I want to say, what, between 6 and 10 signings, though. That was it. I guess he added a couple more. But for the moment, at least as of this videotaping, he's pretty much ignored the central and mountains regions of America. I'm not sure why. Guess he didn't feel he wanted to do it. That's sad. I don't know. So knowing this, though, I went off and I'm going, what's the chance that I could call? Because half of the signings he was doing at Barnes and Nobles, okay? And I'm a Barnes and Noble member. I'll admit this. So I went off and I called New York City, the New York City store, and unfortunately, the New York City store was pretty rude. They kind of didn't even let me finish half of what I was saying, and said no, and hung up on me, those bastards. So I'm like, fine, whatever, you know, that's great. So I went down the list and I called Staten Island, New York, the Barnes & Noble there. Talked to some really wonderful people, actually, and I said, hey, what's the chance, because I was calling from Rogers, Arkansas, I said, what is the chance that I could order a signed book from the book signing that he was going to be doing 2 days from now? I said, no problem. Let's have the ordering info. So finally, after years and years and years, I have a real original Kiss autograph. Yes! And I gotta tell you, the people there were stellar. Absolutely stellar customer service. They also were nice enough to give me the schedule of events for that day for the book signing, and one of the wristbands that they used for the event too, pretty much as a you know, like an authentication type thing. And I got it on sale because I'm a Barnes & Noble member. So what am I getting at on all of this little episode? You could do this, or at least try to do this with any celebrity, especially musical. It doesn't always work, though. I will tell you, I tried pulling that for, I can't remember a couple of years ago when I think Ozzy was doing a book tour. And it didn't work for me. I tried for Ozzy, so I didn't get that. But for Mr. Stanley here, it worked out really nice. I am proud to have this in my book collection, and I don't plan on ever selling it because this stays with me. Because, like I said, I'm a big Kiss fan. So I got to tell you the truth, I haven't read it yet. I cannot wait to read it. I'm working on a couple other books right now but this is going to be probably the next read or the second to the next read. So I can't wait to read this one after I'm done with the stuff I'm reading. But so if you ever know that there's a book signing coming into your area, or maybe not even in your area, and you can't make it, and you got yourself a credit debit card, roll the bones, be nice to the people, and it just might pay off like it did for me. Doesn't always work that way, but I'm happy when it does. Alright guys, shout outs really quick because I'm almost at 25 minutes here. Of course, Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark, Sunday nights, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard. Go like him on Facebook and listen every Saturday night. It is a requirement for you vinylophiles. It is. You love good music, you're going to hear good music. It's plain and simple. And then right after that, Best of Lounge and Exotica with the Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams. Right from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Standard on the same station as Ronnie is. Let's see, Record Collector Magazine, Shindig Magazine. Who else? Three Sides of the Coin, speaking of Kiss, please go like and subscribe them if you are into the Kissdom like I am. You will not be disappointed. Let's see. Oh yeah, you know what? Here's one for you. Do you like Beatles like I like Beatles? There's a really cool YouTube guy named Mean Mr. Mayo. Will you go subscribe to him? He is just so cool. He really is. He's the, you know, like I said, he shows a lot of things. I'm like, what? You know, and I love Beatles. I do. So good. That'll be my shout out for the week on YouTube. People, go do that for me, please. Other than that, I know I'm probably missing people. I'm sorry. I'm a little out of it today. Take care. God bless. Rock on. See you soon.